Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, wherever you are and whatever you are doing. This is the Global Confessions of a Changemaker show, and here I am with the one and only laughter liberator, Miss Brigitte Keane. Hello, Brigitte. Welcome to today's show.
Thank you, Sammy.
It's so good to have you here, and it's your birthday as well.
Yeah, and I actually cannot think of anything better to do than to be with you and all these change makers.
Well, it is wonderful to have you here. And guess what I have in my hands today? Greg's already stolen one, but I have
cool
the Law of Brand Attraction book in my midst. And it is fantastic. I'm so excited. It just looks absolutely amazing. It feels gorgeous. For those of you that have ordered your copy and that you've got it, please send in your pictures of you with your book. Brigitte, I'm sure you're going to be receiving yours soon too. Amanda says, happy birthday, Brigitte. I cannot wait to hear this interview. We are in for lots of fun. You sure are. Brigitte, how does it feel to be a published author in the Law of Brand Attraction?
Oh, I don't even have words for that, because, you know, it would be great to just have a book by myself, but to have 22 other co-authors, it's just creating such an energy, and we all supplement each other. And for the people, for our readers, it's just really exciting reading. So I am more than happy.
And Amanda's saying that her book arrived today. Fantastic. Well, Brigitte, I want to dip into your book. I want to ask you some questions around your chapter without giving too much away. I want to dig into some of the things that you didn't talk about in your chapter that didn't make it to the final edit. I want to get some of those juicy nuggets from you from there. But what I want to first of all touch on is the quote that you've put at the beginning of your chapter. So Brigitte's chapter in the Law of Brand Attraction starts on page 121. And she says, you are perfect the way you are. You are unique. The world needs you. Remember that your laughter is your superpower. Brigitte, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I am really here to tell everybody, I mean, really, and I mean that, everybody is super special. It just don't know it yet. And that's one thing that all of us need to find out. And laughter, you know, laughter is actually, I think, our connection with the soul. And so laughter is our superpower, because not only has it so many benefits for our, you know, physical, emotional, spiritual, and social well-being, but it is also fun, and it is portable. Like at any time, we can use it. Right?
I love that. Laughter is portable. I love it. Brigitte, you've traveled all around the world. Simon's saying happy birthday, Brigitte. Hello, Simon. Guys and girls that are joining us, whatever channel you're joining us from, because we're live via 5 channels right now. Thank you for dropping in and saying hi. Please do say hi in the feed. If we don't see it now, we'll definitely see it afterwards. Brigitte, I think you made a massive impression on Simon, actually, who's watching now, because when we ran the Vision, Voice and Visibility Summit in December last year, and I gave you the mic, and you ran a big laughter therapy session to liven everybody up. And I mean, I think Simon was laughing at me and my reaction to what you were doing more than he was laughing at anything else. I just remember every time I looked at Simon, he just burst out laughing. And that's the beauty of what you talk about in your chapter, isn't it? It's like, it's infectious. You can laugh and get, you know, as you said when you spoke at other events, you get everybody laughing, and then all they've got to do is take one look at you or look at somebody else in there that they've been chuckling with, and that's it. It sets them off again.
Exactly. Laughter is contagious, and that's why it is so important in our communication, for our humanity, and for our personal life. Because once we can actually laugh about something, doesn't matter what the situation is, but if we can laugh, then we can deal with it, and we get lighter. Just laughing at it, it just does something.
It
And
certainly does.
yeah, and we still have to deal with the consequences, but whether I laugh or whether I cry, I still have to take care of, like, if I have a huge bill, I still have to pay it. And if I laugh, then at least my body gets showered with feel good hormones and I'm having fun and I get to take it more lightly. Then when I am upset, and then I use all these negative feelings and thoughts about that.
Yeah.
So,
I think that's what you talk about in your chapter is incredibly important, and it was so important that you were part of this book, Brigitte, because we look at all the different aspects of a business, don't we? We look at productivity, we look at mindset, we look at finances, we look at systems, we look at all marketing, we look at accounting, we look at all these different facets of our business. But one of the things that I don't think that we focus on enough in our businesses is joy. Making sure that we bring some of that into our day.
That's right, exactly. And we are our best when we're having fun. And if we had a lot of time now, I could tell you that laughter is the opposite to stress. I mean, we can have immediate relief from stress, anxiety, and all those things that plague us by laughing. We all have grown up with laughter is the best medicine. Okay, so if we do, why don't we use it? Is medicine there to be used? So I am here to tell us to use the medicine, which is still the best medicine, and that's laughter.
It sure is. Well, Brigitte, one of the things that I love about your chapter, page 121 at the bottom, you say, it seems that we have forgotten about the many benefits laughter has for our physical, emotional, spiritual, and social well-being, from mental stress relief to the physical health benefits and social behavior that it has a massive impact on. How about happiness, social connection, improved morale, creativity, and productivity? Laughter is a universal language of global communication. It connects with no language needed. Brigitte, you've spoken all over the world. You've taken laughter yoga to India. You've taken it all over the place. You brought it to the UK in Manchester. You've brought it to the events when we met in Atlanta last year. You were just this walking giggle on legs. I mean, it was just hilarious. Nobody could be sad around you. But that isn't true for your entire life, is it? Because who we're seeing now is as a result of the life that you've had that led you to finding out about laughter and how to go through this process. Now, in your chapter, you actually talk about some of the things that you've gone through in your life that have led you to a point where you actually became a minister, didn't you? You were working as a minister in church.
Yes. I was serving a church. Yes, and that's actually where I was introduced to laughter. And I want to tell everybody, this is why I call myself Laughter Liberator, is because I have experienced that. I have been at a point in my life where I really couldn't laugh about myself, where I had to take myself so seriously, and everything had to be perfect, till I found for myself personally what it means that there's so much more to life. And this is why I'm saying I'm pioneering the laughter lifestyle, because so much more goes with laughter. It changes our life. And going back to this quote, yes, it improves our productivity. I mean, laughter improves our productivity. No, who would have known?
But well, I suppose the thing is, it's all about a state of mind, isn't it? And if you're in the right state, then you're making decisions in a good state rather than a negative or stressed or frustrated state or even overwhelmed state, which is a state that many entrepreneurs can find themselves in fairly quickly.
Right. Exactly, because, okay, so our body thinks if we are stressed, okay, it thinks a tiger is chasing it. And it shuts down everything that is not really necessary for it to escape and to get enough strength. And this is, by the way, how we get supernatural strength, right? So everything is set to escape this tiger. And so we cannot really think clearly. Our brain shuts down, our digestion shuts down. But when our body when it's comfortable and when it's relaxing, then all of a sudden everything opens up and our brain can work again and we feel good and we can be more creative. We are more childlike. And
that can make us younger.
Exactly, it does so many things. And in fact, I want to say, and I just had this experience, of course, watching my little grandson, that baby small children have everything that we are losing, and then we're striving again for the rest of our life.
Right.
Like, they are inquisitive. Everything is okay. They are accepting. They are living in the now. They don't make any judgments, and all those things. And they live in bliss, right? When they are happy, you know it, right? On the whole body.
There's a quote, I think, that, oh gosh, I heard it many years ago. My friend Barbara Brown, who's in Brand Builders Club, she's one of our brand builders in Dallas. She quoted, I don't know who it was that said it, and I'm not going to say it perfectly eloquently. One of you will be able to Google it and find it, I'm sure. But the quote says something along the lines of, we spend all of our lives focusing on making enough money to live. And then we get to a certain age in our lives where we spend all of our money on living to get our life back, to get our health back. So we spend our health making money, and then we spend our money getting our health back. So, laughter is a brilliant way of being able to just keep those little nasties at bay. And I don't think enough people are laughing, are they? You say in your chapter, page 122, while speaking at a college in India, a professor told me that this was the first time in 10 years that he had laughed. Can you imagine? I did not know whether I should be happy or sad for him. No matter where I speak around the world, the situation has always been the same. We do not laugh enough. And there was a time when you were guilty of that yourself as well. Tell us a little bit about your background, Brigitte. You grew up in Germany, I believe.
Yeah, I grew up in Germany, and I have 3 beautiful daughters, I'm a minister, and I have been doing a lot of different things. I have been homeschooling my children, which now, during this time, a lot of people had to homeschool them, but at my time, there were maybe 2% who were doing that. So I have had a lot of that kind of experiences, and I've been really lucky to have all this experience and being from basically in 2 cultures, because I was an exchange student when I was young for 1 year to the United States. So I understand the thinking of people, And I have expanded this, of course, in India and all over the world. It's just, and I just find that people are like more the same than they're not the same, because everybody wants, that they want to be healthy. They want to have enough food. They want the children to get an education. So why don't we see that? And actually, in India, it was funny. I almost did laughter a few times a week. I was asked to even come to special places to do some laughter, and I always had people waiting, and I was often the guest of honor, and I taught at yoga conferences, and it was very amazing. We hosted in other countries too, but not as not as much as I did in India, because people, we after the conference, we always had about an hour where we could just talk and stuff. But I usually didn't get to this because people would come to me and they call it picture click and say click, 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 click. and then we talked about, and then they asked me, often it was a lot of educators, whether I would be able to come to their institution and do some training or speak to the kids. So I ended up doing a lot of things there, and in other countries in Asia. I think I did mention in book that I spoke to a group of women in Cambodia, and so I talked to them in the morning, right, early morning, and they were just giggling and giggling and giggling and giggling.
I mean, imagine what would happen if we all set our day up that way.
Yeah, and it was very
significant.
But
Brigitte, I've got some questions for you, because obviously even you thought this was crazy, didn't you? I remember you telling me, there you are, you're a minister of the church, and one of your delegates, I guess, from the church comes up to you and tells you that they'd really love to, they've had this experience of laughter yoga, and they'd love to bring laughter yoga to the church. And there you are thinking, what is this laughter yoga, right? I mean, what went through your head at that time? Did you even think that it was crazy?
Well, yes, of course. It like, not everybody, every day somebody approaches you like that. But it was a parishioner who told me that her mother has been changed by that her whole attitude and her health, everything has changed. So I felt that I really needed to do due diligence. And when I did, then I thought, well, what really speaks against it? So we actually, every Sunday after services, we stood in the front of the church, and to my utter surprise, people who would not participate in anything else, who I call sourpusses, they were just standing there laughing, and we had a great time. I was probably, the only church, or one of the only churches who
that
did.
Must have been very satisfying, though, mustn't it? I mean, for you to take people who weren't naturally happy, who were clearly going through their own world, they're in their own world, and then they come to church, and then they have this opportunity to just release and get rid of all those things that have been pent up. Laughter wasn't always something that was part of, like, you had a particularly tough time at a stage in your life, which you talk about in the book, and I thought you were very brave and very vulnerable sharing this in the book, where you say, despite laughter always being present, I brought up my 3 small children. I never really paid attention to the valuable contributions of laughter in our lives. My life was serious and I was a perfectionist. I never felt good enough and I suffered low self-esteem despite my outward success. People saw me as a role model, but inside I was screaming out with fear and frustration. I didn't know how I could survive all of the assaults coming at my family and me. I felt like a helpless victim. I wish I'd known then what I know now, that I always have a choice. I am unique and only I can do certain things. I am happy and strong. My life load is much lighter. If only everybody had that resilience to be able to kind of pick up, it sounds like there were some really tough things. You talk about assaults at your family. You didn't go into any more explanation in the book. What was that about?
Well, it was because I did things a lot alternative. I did homeschooling. I had alternative medicine, and I had probably the only babies that were born in the town where we lived in. So I had a home birth, and at that time it was kind of illegal.
I thought you were some kind of white witch or something.
Well, yeah. I did think that we didn't have a TV, and my lifestyle was just and I just felt being that I really didn't fit in. And so, yes, I raised, my children the best I could, but there was always tension because I was, we were the only ones doing this. I have to say that my daughter once, she when she was little, she was maybe 10, 12 years old, and she visited somebody, and she said to my friend, Esther, I think your children are watching too much TV.
Yeah, your daughter said that to someone else's family.
Yes. She also told them some other things, which it was a revelation to me that things really make that big a difference. And now, of course, it's all the things that I have done. For example, I have been threatened with child abuse just by having a baby at home.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, well, especially with what's going on in the world now, I just don't understand how. I just believe we're one drop, one drop.
Exactly.
We're united, and it really saddens me, as I'm sure it does for everybody on the call here, to see and hear what's going on in the news. There's some big stuff that's happening, and it just seems so unnecessary to me for this division or judgment or whatever's going on, right? And so you've clearly had all these people that are looking at you thinking, well, I mean, I had the same thing when I lived in France. I had a neighbor, there were only 5 of us. I had a longère, which is a converted barn with quite a lot of land. So there were only 5 of us in this whole area called the hamlet. And I remember, I didn't see any of my neighbors. The only neighbor I ever saw in the 4.5 years that I lived there lived right opposite me. And she used to, I was nicknamed Le Sauvage. I was the savage. This is only 3 years ago. I was the savage because I got up when I wanted to. I went to bed when I wanted to. I walked my dogs when I wanted to. I had my lunch when I wanted to. I did what I wanted. I lived my life by my design. And yet their judgments were keeping them in a place where, I mean, she didn't ever look happy. She used to sit on her front doorstep rocking. She obviously wasn't happy, but there was this whole judgment about this is who you have to be if you want to fit in around here.
And that's what people
are coming up against that.
Correct. Yeah, I used to tell my children, because I have really been bullied a lot when I was younger, and that's probably one of the reasons why I chose homeschooling. And I told them, if somebody is really mean to you, then it's probably that they're not happy with themselves. and they need to find a scapegoat. And so it has not really much anything to do with you, but with, with that scapegoat.
I think that's true now. That's not just in school, is it?
Yeah, I mean,
I witness on Facebook, and I think that person isn't happy, and they're lashing out, or they're saying something which they're probably going to regret in the moment. They're really angry, or they're puffed up, or whatever. But when they look at that behaviour in future, they're going to feel pretty sad about the way that they've acted. I know that I look at some parts of my life and I think, oh my God, I wish I could just erase that. But it's part of who we are, and as long as we accept that part of who we are, that's what makes it different. We can be kind about it.
It makes us, and see, my dream would be to cause a pandemic of laughter.
Because give us a hashtag laughter pandemic in the comments right now. I feel like I need to see it. We need to make this happen for you, Brigitte. Yeah, I mean, that was your first response. I think I spoke to you pretty much the night that the whole world locked down, and we said it's time to create a laughter pandemic. You created an amazing laughter-thon, and you only had a small group of people that were taking part in the laughter-thon, but that was making a difference to those people. And I love what Marie Diamond said on her interview last week on this show, when she said, every time I'm in front of one person, I imagine that's 1 million people. Because you never know who they know, and you never know what they're going to go and do. And you've made that impact on them, and they're now going to go and do something different in the world because you showed up in their life in some way. So for every one person, she sees 1 million people behind that.
Yeah.
Right. And it's pretty amazing that I can't remember how many people you had going through your laughter-thon, but that actually works out to millions of people who you've affected positively.
Yeah, and that's why I'm excited, because really my purpose right now is to bring this laughter, the liberation of laughter to the world. Because just imagine if instead of shooting each other, we would just laugh together. I mean, it would be so different. And we all have the possibility. We all, even this guy who didn't laugh for 10 years, he has it in him. I mean, it's maybe rust, it may be cobwebs and stuff, but he has it in him because he was a child. We all have been children once.
Yeah.
And so to just rediscover and to see what the benefits are. If we, like Einstein said once, he said, if we would know how much damage one negative thought causes in our lives, we would not have more negative thoughts. Well, so here we can have positive thoughts in a negative world. And one of my images is like the lotus flower. The lotus flower grows in dirt, right? In the middle of dirt. And it's beautiful, but it closes up when the conditions are not good. So my thing is to allow people to flower where they are and to create space, where they can bloom.
Yeah. No matter what the circumstances.
That's right. And it really doesn't matter. Because we all have done things in our lives. Whenever I see somebody doing something that, well, there's another person who is challenged, right? Or who doesn't know. So I just look at people as not being there yet, we are all on a journey. And some of us are a little bit closer, and some of them are in the beginning, and it's all good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you talk about on page 123 of the Law of Brand Attraction book. For those of you that are joining us now, yay, we've got the book in our hands. It's so exciting. And there's Brigitte. Where are you? Right in the middle there. She's right in the middle, like that lotus flower. She's the bud, blooming, in amongst all of us. Now, on page 123, you say, let us take a closer look at the health benefits of laughter. Consider our magical physical body and the many health benefits that laughter offers for our body, which is our temple. Why would people refer to our body as a temple? To me, the body as a temple makes perfect sense because I believe that divinity is deep within us all and we are all divine beings. Is it not amazing how our bodies are self-healing as long as we are feeding them with the right nutrients? The body is a masterpiece, one of the most powerful and intricate systems ever created. And I mean, there are some pretty severe times. I know that I've pushed my body to the limit quite a few times, and it just keeps going. It just keeps going. But one of the things you said that really made an impact on me as we were coming through the beginning of the coronavirus, when that was announced, you said to me, Sammy, like 1 minute of laughter creates an extraordinary amount of immunity. So just keep laughing, just be kind, just keep laughing. And whilst ever you are doing that, you're creating immunity for yourself constantly. Tell us a little bit about that.
Everything we do, whenever we're laughing, whatever we do, we increase our immune system. And we are always talking about immune system, right? During the virus and everything we talk about our immune system. Well, every laughter we do increases our immune system. Laughter helps us to breathe, because automatically we deep breathe when we're laughing. We don't even have to work on it. Right? And then with that, we bring more oxygen to our brain. I mentioned before, we cannot be stressed when we're laughing. And, it's laughing is like a jogging for our intestines. Those things don't usually get moved. The only way it moves is it's when we're laughing, when we're putting
Well, you're right, actually. On page 124, you say, did you know that 10 minutes of deep belly laughter has the same effect as any other 30-minute aerobic exercise? I know that I'd rather be laughing than doing exercise for sure.
Exactly. And you know what? Everybody can do it. There is no, I am better at it, you're bad at it, or I am too old, or I am too young, or whatever. We don't, no excuse, because everybody is doing has their own style, and that is beautiful. Because if all of us were the same, how boring would that be?
It certainly would be a boring world. Talk us a little bit through the process. How do you start? I know it might sound easy, just start laughing. But what goes through your mind? Do you have to think about something? Have you got a little trick up your sleeve that can get the laughter going? If you're feeling like really rough, the last thing you want to do is laugh. So how do you force that state?
Well, actually, as long as we are willing to, then our body doesn't care if it's real or not. So it's actually, I give yourself permission to fake it till you make it. And, you could use, if you want jokes, humor, comedy, my way is to just say, no, you can just laugh, just to laugh. And so you can just make yourself laugh, so for me, it's like I can do it anytime,
You just can't be upset with someone. Greg does this to me, right? If I'm feeling like, because there are times, people say to me, Sammy, you're relentlessly positive, and I am a lot of the time, but there are still times where, something happens and I'm not in a happy state, and I'll be like chuntering or ranting or something, and Greg will just start laughing at something. He'll just start laughing, and I'll say, what are you laughing at? And he'll just keep laughing. And then I start laughing, and then we forget, like, what was I even upset about? And he's so good at that. So he's been doing it unconsciously without even knowing that there's a strategy for it. But, you know, it makes such a difference when you're with somebody that does that with you. Because I've been in relationships in the past where if I've been, you know, they won't put it in the bin. They take it on and then they fire it back at me. It's like, no, I just need to get it out, and you need to put it in the bin and do something. Just don't listen to it. I just need to get it out of me. Otherwise, it's going to stick in here, and then it starts affecting every cell in your body, doesn't it?
It does. And that's actually, there are studies that business leaders who have a sense of humor, who can smile, and who can connect, they're actually at an advantage, as a big advantage, because, you know, getting through things is not always easy. And so if we just go with the flow. And yes, my life is not always totally happy, totally easy, but I do remember to laugh. And, you know, even if there's, like, I would not just break out laughing at a funeral, for example. Like, there are, you know, times you want to do this, but you could excuse yourself, you could go to a bathroom, or, you know, you have, because it's portable. Remember, and I call it a superpower, that the laughter. You just remember and giggle, and it comes. You know, it's like everything else we practice.
Yeah, it's a muscle. We've got to start building our laughter muscle. You actually say laughter boosts our immunity for up to 24 hours. As you said earlier, it's like jogging for our intestines and a massage for our internal organs. I love that because I'm so visual. That I can literally imagine that all of my inside bits are laughing as well. You say laughter makes us more human and welcoming. It forms community and builds emotional intelligence. It opens doors. How many of you watching this are building a movement or a global community? You're building something bigger than just a product or a service. You're wanting to build tribe. You're wanting to build a larger something bigger than yourself. Because I'm noticing that the leaders that are having fun, the leaders that are enjoying themselves, the leaders that are laughing a lot, the leaders that smile in their videos, the leaders that are really demonstrating that they are the proof that you can enjoy your business and you don't have to work harder or smarter. You can just love what you do and do what you love because you'll do them better anyway. I'm noticing that those are the people that are building the biggest tribe.
Yeah, exactly. Because your attitude is your altitude. And people are drawn. I mean, they are, okay, so when I was an exchange student, and I never forget my, you know, I had an advisor and stuff, and so things were just not so easy. And then she said, just smile anyway. Smile anyway. And actually, my friend and we were known as the smiley Germans from then. Because people, I mean, when we talk to you more when you're smiling, yeah, when a happy person, then, you know, with somebody who is grim-faced and who has absolutely no sense of humor. And that's like every place, in, you know, whether you are in business, whether you're in school, whether you would work, whether you know, wherever you are, that's, you know, that's it.
Now, laughter is something that you're clearly taking everywhere you go. It's your ammunition, isn't it? It's what you're using to drive you forward. It's doing so many things. It's boosting your health. It's connecting you to so many people because you laugh so much. You're naturally the magnet in the middle of a room. Like, I took Brigitte to a couple of events with me. When Brigitte came to stay in London, I hired an Airbnb and she came to stay with me. and came to several events with me. And Brigitte was like a magnet. Everybody wanted to know who Brigitte was because you were laughing, because you were friendly. You know, you weren't that person that was stood in the corner of the room looking at your phone. You were actively engaging with people, and they were engaging with you in return. You've been in business a long time. What would you say is one of the biggest mistakes you've made in business that's not related to laughter? What's one of the biggest mistakes you've made on your business journey that we can all learn from?
Well, I think for me, I know I'm really, really good at what, and I don't, you know, really that comes easy, but what doesn't come easy is the technical side. I would have loved to have some more knowledge about that. And that's why people, you know, work together. Somebody is a visionary and somebody can do the details, and that's why we all have different talents, and that's why we're a community, and that's why I'm so excited to be a part of this book, because it's not just me, it is everybody, and it's the energy that all of us have. So it's just through the roof. So I would say, yeah, that was my thing, is just, you know, that I really, and I see that I need. You know,
Yeah.
I need help. I cannot do everything myself, and to do this, you know, to do the movement and to really spread it as a pandemic, I need everybody's help.
Yeah. I think that's a great one. Like, the biggest mistake that you've made is not knowing when to ask for help, by the sounds of it, or having all the people around you that you need, but not being able to tap into that technical side. And as a creative, I completely understand that. How many creatives have we got on here that don't like doing the technical stuff? I certainly don't like doing the technical stuff. And it's like, I liken it to a tap. You know, I can't turn the tap on and be creative and turn the tap off and all of a sudden be brilliant at technology. It just doesn't happen.
Right.
I need to turn my creative tap on and let it keep flowing. I don't need to think about technology. As Amanda says, energy is everything. So yeah, Brigitte, I think that's a really key mistake for other people to learn from, is build your dream with a team.
Yeah, and another thing I just think is it has all to do with your self-esteem, because actually you are a miraculous being, but until you realize that, you think, at least I thought, you know, everybody is knowing that better, everybody's doing this, and you know, just be like, oh, I cannot do it, I wish I could do it. No, but now I know that I can do it, and nobody, you know, I am myself, and to see that we are unique, that, you know, Sammy, like, nobody can be like you, even if we had all the same gifts, even if we had the same situation, the same possibilities, we could not, you know. Or like Amanda, you know, we just have to do, we have gifts, and they get like, when, at least for me, when I had this low self-esteem, right, you know.
Yeah.
So just forget about it, just you know, just have courage and realize who you are. And this is where we come back to my quote: you are unique, nobody else is like you, and the world needs you, because nobody else can fill your shoes.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm going to finish this off with, I've been reading from the PDF version of the book all along, and here I am with the book in my hands. How crazy is that? So I'm not used to having the book. It's so, look at this.
I know, you know what? I was supposed to get my book yesterday.
Oh, hasn't it arrived yet?
No,
Amazon are like,
I have to wait. But
Amazon have got most of their staff working from home, I think. Getting the books out as fast as they can. We keep selling out. Not a bad problem, I guess.
No, it's wonderful. And I would encourage everybody, whether you're in business or not, to read this because it's inspirational. It's the reading is so wonderful, and then we can appreciate how many wonderful people there are. I mean, you just see a few of them, right? And we are so lucky to be connected in brand builders, but there's all these amazing people out there, and they just need to be discovered.
Yes.
And
Yes. Here's to discovering. Well, I'm going to finish off with your chapter here, which we're on page 125 of this amazing book. Okay, we're going to finish off with this. Laughter is fun and contagious. It boosts morale and makes us happier. I love this bit. This is so powerful. Why would you withhold such a priceless gift from yourself and others? Ooh, that's really deep, Brigitte. That was a good whip, that one. Why not make the laughter lifestyle your lifestyle? Reap the social benefits that laughter offers, along with benefits for your mind, body, and spirit. Become a global peacemaker and connector. Sprinkle your life with magic, compassion, gratitude, empathy, and love. I invite you to get started now and join our community in the Laughter Lounge Global. So you've got a Facebook group which people can go to. I've put the description that goes with this video. I've put a couple of links in there. You'll find them also in the book as well on page 126. But if you go to bit.ly/Laughter Lounge Global, which I'll get on the screen now, you can go and connect with Brigitte in her Laughter Lounge. Brigitte, how do you get into the Laughter Lounge? Is it a membership? Is it a free group? What is it? Tell us about it.
It's a free group. And actually, we're working on a few things coming up soon. So if you want, some more, and I am just really looking for movements, for to be in community and to spread laughter and to have fun. Because for me, one of my values is to have fun, because we are learning best when we are having fun.
I agree. And what fun we've had on your birthday. Brigitte, I think we should have a birthday laugh. Everybody join in and give us a ha 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 or something in the comments. So we
there
can
we
see
go.
you're laughing as well. Oh dear, I already feel like I've done about 10 sit-ups. all the other people in the boats, they're going to be like, what is she laughing at? Brigitte, you're always a delight. I love having you on the show. I think this is probably the second, if not third time that you've been on the show. I love you with all my heart. You're a brilliant change maker. You're a lighthouse for millions and millions of entrepreneurs and people and families all over the world that need to start living that liberated lifestyle, laughter movement that you're creating. I wish you all the luck with your pandemic. We'll do everything we can to support you getting there. Guys and girls, please follow Brigitte, share this interview, let everybody know about living the lifestyle of the Laughter Liberator. Brigitte, is there anything you'd like to end with today?
I just want to say it was such a delight to be here and to do this interview. And I feel like I am not going to forget this birthday, because this is, the gift. We give a gift and then we receive. So giving and receiving is kind of in the same color. So it's been like an amazing birthday present. And so thank you for all of us who who listen, and thank you, Sammy, for having me. And I am just so excited for what our future together holds, and I am inviting everybody to just join us, please.
Yeah.
have fun, change your mind, change your attitude, and be healthy and be strong and be who you are, because you are unique and the world needs you.
You are unique, and let's remember that the proceeds from this book go to the Clear Sky Children's Charity to support them in removing trauma and supporting them with their mental health, their mental awareness, and supporting them to live the life that some of us haven't been as fortunate to live. And there's things that we've carried into our adulthood that if we can pay it forward and support kids to not carry those things into their adulthood, I think that we're already ahead of ourselves in inheriting the earth from our future generations.
That is just another side benefit. There's so many benefits, but my heart sings to think about all the kids that are getting help, and they don't have to wait till some other time in their life. So it's good.
Well, Brigitte, thank you so much. Happy birthday, darling. Enjoy the rest of your day. Guys and girls watching, tuning in right now, thank you for joining us. We're back tomorrow with another amazing interview. We've got a surprise guest in the hot seat tomorrow. Look out for us. Same time, same place. Have an incredible day, evening, morning, night, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. Sending you loads and loads of love, sending you big laughter, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next show. Take care. We'll see you there. Bye.
Bye.